Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be as bad, because I don't be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. You know I'm talking about y'all. Fix me that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, you guys? Happy Tuesday. Excuse me. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday to everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. Okay. Y'all come on in. There's 60 of y'all already in the room. Thank y'all for being here. If y'all can hit that like button, I appreciate that. Those of you that came over from El Teddy's, welcome. Let me say hi to the people. Let me scroll through. What up, Rock Chick? Hey, Chuck. What's up? You driving home? Okay. You driving home with your what? With your dog. Is that I can't tell what that's a picture of. What you driving home with your what? Tell me what that is, Chuck. I can't tell what that picture is. Is that dinner? Child, I can't tell. What up, B-Lo? Hey, lovely Nola Sharice. What's going on, everybody? Hey, Nikki B. Brown Mama Tan. What's up, Diva Law? Hey, Boo. Hey, Amber. Brandon. Brown Mama. Hey, lovely Nola. What's going on, Boo? Lovely True Red. Y'all look right. People coming in fast, honey. What's up, Southern Belle, Nubian? Hey, Marnie. What's going on? Lavender Ghost. Hey, Boo. Montrez, Naisha, Alexis. Hey. You just got your fried pickles from Popeyes. How they taste, girl? I'm going to have to ask my mama how they taste. I love pickles, but I don't really like I've tried them. I'm not really crazy about fried pickles. What's up, Tawana? Hey, Universal Goddess, Mo Walker, DeAndre Richardson. What's up, Cheryl? Okay, if I missed anybody, charge it to my head and not my heart. Hey, everybody coming in. We up to 82 people. So, hey. You guys. So, I have some good news and some bad news I need to let you guys know before we go any further, okay? The good news is this, you guys. I am so overwhelmed and so humbled by the pickle lemonade isn't bad. I'm not spending no money. If I'm with somebody that get it, I'll try a little bit, but I'm not spending no money on that. I'm not doing that because I don't even like regular lemonade. So, you know. But anyway, I'm so humbled by so many people wanting to go on this cruise. I honestly, you guys, never expected this many people to want to hang out on a cruise. And that's real talk. I'm not even saying that for no bullshit. It's real talk. So the good news is, you guys, we are literally almost sold out, right? We booked 10 rooms. And then when we saw how many people were booking, we added rooms. We moved rooms around to make sure we had the variety that people were requesting. The bad news is we only have 2 rooms left. Somebody reached out to me today, and I apologize. It was left in the comments, and when I went back to go find it, I could not find it. I know where it is. I have to scroll back through and find it. It's like a post. If I'm talking to you and you hear, drop down in the chat for me, please, so I can get your name. In full transparency, somebody reached out today. They said they tried to book an ocean room, an interior room, and we are sold out. We do not have any more interior rooms. So I did try to call. And see if they would give us another room at the same price. Because the thing is this, you can still book a room, but you can't book a room at the price we have, right? So the person we talked to earlier was like, oh, no, we can't do that. We're going to keep calling and we're going to try. Because of the amount of rooms that we have booked, we're going to see if they'll let us get one more ocean, interior room for you. If you're here, like I said, drop down if you're here. Now, We do still have 2 boardwalk rooms at the price we have. Again, you guys, you can still book the cruise. You just can't get those same prices. So again, I apologize. We ran out of rooms. I just didn't know. And they won't let us add any more rooms at the original rate that we had. We would only be able to add rooms at the current group rate price. And the current group rate price is like $400 more. So, yeah. So that's good news and bad news. Full transparency, though, we are going to still try. We're going to keep calling. We're going to keep trying. But I just need to be very honest with you guys and let y'all know that there are literally only 2 rooms left under our group number. And both of those rooms are boardwalk rooms. So, we listen. It is, but we'll keep trying. We did call earlier, and we're gonna keep calling. Okay, we're gonna keep calling. So I just want to be honest with you guys about that. Full transparency. Likewise with the Books and Bourbon tour, I think we only have 2 more rooms available under the discounted room price. Again, I can try to get more rooms if people are interested, but let me know if you call. If you do try the link and the link doesn't work, and let me know, and then I can call and see if we can get more rooms added. Okay. All right. Here come El Teddy talking about his room gonna be the boom boom room. Ciao. What Chuck say? What up, Cruiser? Right. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, Chuck. When I was on the phone with Cruiser earlier, with Devonna, hey, I'm glad you caught alive. Hey, boo. Chuck, I ain't lying to you. When I was on the phone with Cruiser earlier, the way that man we talked to on the phone was like, We were like, so we can't get like one more room at that price. He was like, We were like, but we done booked 17, 18 rooms. He was like, So again, full disclosure, you guys, I just want y'all to know, but we will keep calling. And like I said, the person who was trying to get a room, let me know who you are so that if we are successful, you'll be the first person that I contact and see if you're still interested. Okay. All right. Right. Cruiser said look, we were on the 3-way call and Cruiser, you know how you just know not to. Cruiser was like, oh, okay, then. She hung up the phone. She said he had no in his spirit. She said, baby, it didn't matter what I said. He wasn't coming up off that no. Cheryl said it was probably that same person she talked to that wouldn't let her get the room. Exactly, Cheryl. And honestly, and we're going to get into the topics. Honestly, the only thing, the thing I would say about this, you guys, is one thing I will say about Royal Caribbean, and this is my only criticism because I really do love Royal Caribbean. Their customer service could use some improvement. I'm just going to be honest. Their customer service could use some improvement. Auntie, are you allowing any callers today? Probably not, DB. I'm sorry, boo. I'm not going to say no, but I'm going to say probably not. But we'll see when I get to the end what time it is and all that good stuff. Okay? But let me go ahead and start these comments. Let me start these stories so that I can see if I got time to drop the link for a few minutes. Okay. So listen. We got a few things to get out the way, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of these stories. Congratulations, Ricky Bell of New Edition and his wife. They have announced that they are expecting their first child after 20 years of marriage. I can only imagine what that journey has been like for them privately. So congratulations to them and shout out to them and all of those good things for you, Ricky Bell. Can I say something right now? I really feel like, what up, Don? Hey, Corey, what's up, everybody coming in? I honestly feel like, at this point, Ashley Darby is trolling us. I just do. Last week, we know she had that disastrous performance on Good Morning DC, where she did her tribute to Roberta Flack and decided to sing "Killing Me Softly." Well, it looks like she had some sort of cabaret performance this weekend, and she wanted to redeem herself. She admitted that she did not sound great. She said, at least on television, it didn't come across great. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It wasn't television. It wasn't television that didn't come across great. It was you. Then she said, and I'm not going to blame anybody else, even though I could. No, ma'am. No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't blame anybody else. Ma'am, you need to take all of that on the chin. So then she decided that this way she going to piss off the Beehive. This way I want the Beehive to activate. Now, I ain't never told the Beehive to activate before, but here's where I want the Beehive to activate, okay? Maybe the Beehive can be the people that can stop this from continuing to happen, because she had a nerve to sing a Beyonce song. I think the name of the song is Work It Out. You know, I don't know the Beyonce songs. I think the name of the song was Work It Out. Y'all go activate. Go down in them comments. And I need y'all to sting her ass. Sting her. Okay? Now, here's what I will say to you, Ashley Darby. I'm not going to play it. I did it to y'all once. I'm not going to play it twice. Okay? I'm not going to do it again. But let me say this to you, Ashley Darby. I owe you an apology. I owe you an apology because I thought you had walked away pretty decent in that marriage. And I know you didn't walk away with all the money you thought you was going to walk away with. I know you didn't. I know you didn't walk away with all the money you thought you was going to walk away with. But I thought you had walked away with enough money that you could live pretty comfortably. I mean, you got that house. I know you have some decent child support checks rolling in. I know you didn't walk away with no big settlement, but I really thought that you would be all right. But you clearly need the money. You clearly need the money because there's no other reason why you are torturing yourself and us. You clearly need the money. So I owe you an apology. You clearly didn't get what, you're not as okay as I thought you were. You are down to these hole-in-the-wall spots, down to wherever, D.C., Maryland, or Virginia, singing covers of other people's songs. Why you ain't sing Coffee and Me or Coffee and You? What was that song? Why you ain't sing them other songs? Okay? You was down there to the cabaret. Can the Beehive sue her for emotional damages? I don't see why not, lovely Nola. Go on and get it together. Draw up the papers. And at this point, I just think you're trolling us. I just do. Because you can't listen. Ashley, if you think you sound good, you do not have a friend. Period. I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. Ashley, hey, come here, girl. If you think you sound good, you do not have a friend. Do I need to play it again for y'all? Do y'all need to hear it again for y'all to understand how serious I am about this? If you think you sound good, you do not have a friend. And here's the thing. Either you hard-headed as hell. Let me put a caveat in there. Because just because somebody tell you... Here come all the nose flowing through. Not Xavier talking about some yes. Oh, now y'all want me to play it. Oh, y'all want me to play it? Oh, I can play it. Hold on. If y'all want me to play it, oh, I can play it. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Don't threaten me with a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time. Let me do this. Ashley Darby. Work It Out. Here it is right here. Work It Out. I want y'all to hear the Beyonce version. I want the beat, since Xavier said play it, I want you to hear the Beyonce version. Lord, Ashley Darby, Darby. Sometimes my fingers be moving faster. I mean, my brain moves faster than my fingers. Here it is right here. Since
shaking back and forth now. Just keep it
Listen, yeah, I just. Not Jesus wept. Baby, did y'all see Candace? Y'all know Candace dropped down after that Roberta Flack thing, and she said, I'm gonna paraphrase it because I don't remember exactly what she said, but she said something along the lines of, y'all gonna make me lose my religion or something like that, because you know Candace got something to say. But I agree with you, Xavier. I do think this is her storyline for next season, and that's why I said I think she's trolling, because I really do think this is her storyline. Y'all know they're filming. From my at least weren't they supposed to start filming this month? I think they're filming. So don't be surprised if this is her storyline. Just don't be surprised if this is her storyline. That's all I'm gonna say to y'all. Okay. Also, her other storyline is gonna probably be her romantic lead, whatever happened on this housewives hotel situation. Whatever. So, but because she can't talk about Michael anymore, she can't talk about the divorce anymore. So she's desperate for a storyline, and this is gonna be it. Also, I think I saw a TikTok where her and Giselle doing something with GNA. So expect more bullshit from GNA. Speaking of Real Housewives of Potomac, I also have to give a shout out to Giselle. Lord knows I never thought I'd be saying that. I never thought I'd be saying, let me give a shout out to Giselle. But let me give a shout out to Giselle because, baby, Giselle told us down to the reunion that Mia lives in Atlanta. Now, remember, she said that. Down to the reunion that Mia lives in Atlanta. So Mia gonna post Instagram over the weekend, hashtag Penthouse, hashtag Atlanta. Something about, I don't even give a fuck. Mia, girl, you really think that we didn't believe Giselle? Now listen, I ain't saying I always believe what come out of Giselle's mouth, but I believe Giselle when she said your ass was living down to the ATL. And all you've done is proven us right. You thirsty to want to join the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You done posted it. You done hashtagged it. You done put about 2 or 3 things up there about wanting to join the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And now you done hashtagged and let us all know that you done moved down to the Atlanta. Girl, you was already living there. We know. That's because you and Ink never fucking broke up. You and Ink never broke up. I believe that too. When Wendy and Giselle said it was a storyline, but I told y'all that when they announced it. I said, this some bullshit. They ain't break up. They did not break up. They just gonna keep it on the low until after the divorce is final. The divorce that you still ain't filed, Mia. You filed it and then you pulled it back. So you done moved down to Atlanta with them churn. And we're gonna see. But I'm gonna be honest with you. The way things are going with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they so damn desperate. They might bring Mia on for next season. And that's the truth. I'm gonna be honest and say, don't be shocked if they pick Mia up. Because when I'm gonna get to the Kenya of it all later on in this, we're gonna talk about Kenya in a few minutes. But when we get to Kenya, I'm gonna tell y'all why. Don't be shocked if they pick Mia ass up. Now, y'all ain't gotta like it. Y'all ain't gotta like it. But I'm telling you why it might happen. Her firstborn son is already here with his dad. She did say that. Reality TV is BS. Most of these folks are broke. Well, we've not exactly Smoke. Hey, boo. We done seen that over the years. Okay. You said Mia's not getting divorced. I don't think Gordon and her could afford a divorce. I disagree. Listen, the part that a lot of people are missing, Gordon and his family have reconciled. Here's the thing. They were never mad at Gordon. They didn't like Mia. And they didn't like the fact that they were lying on camera talking about Mia is now running the company and Mia is now the CEO or CFO or COO, whatever the title she gave herself, and that Gordon was retired. Because as far as the rest of the family and the rest of the board of directors thought, Gordon was still running the business. So they didn't like the fact that Mia and Gordon were lying on the housewives, making it seem like Mia was running the companies, and she wasn't. The fallout was over this bullshit. Once Gordon left Mia or Mia left Gordon, whoever's telling the story, Gordon and his family have reconciled. Gordon is okay. Now, he's not running the company again, but remember they said they've dropped the lawsuit. Him and his family are speaking, and they are working things out. So I don't think Gordon is broke. I don't think Gordon has the kind of liquid money that he once had. But I do not think Gordon is broke. Now, that's my opinion. I could be wrong. But I don't think he is. Now, again, I ain't saying that he's, he ain't Daddy Warbucks. But I think Gordon has enough money to live a comfortable lifestyle. That apartment building that they were living in wasn't cheap. It wasn't no cheap apartment that they were living in, and Mia wasn't paying his rent. As much as she wanted to pretend like or act like or allude to, Mia wasn't paying her rent, and he is quiet as kept and loud as it is, he was probably still paying her fucking rent. Okay. Right. Gordon is back in Carolina. Exactly. Which is probably where he was. See, here's the thing. Again, what Giselle said wasn't no lie. They was probably subleasing those damn apartments. That's how they got apartments in the same damn building. They were probably subleasing those damn apartments for the 4 or 5 months that they were filming. As soon as filming was over, Gordon ass went back to North Carolina. Mia went back to Atlanta. I believe that. I do not believe Gordon was living here full time. I do not believe that Mia was living here full time. I believe they were here for the purposes of filming. That is what I believe. That is what I believe. Now, I do believe that Mia probably, let me take back what I just said. I do believe Mia was probably really living in that apartment. Like, I believe she signed a lease, a 1-year lease. I do believe that. I believe she signed a 1-year lease. But do I believe that Gordon signed a lease in the same building? No, I think he was probably subleasing an apartment. I just don't believe. I don't believe that. And again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Right, they're going to take care of Gordon, but not his wife. Exactly. And so I do think that them not getting divorced though is strategic, but I don't think it's because Gordon can't afford it though. I do think there's some strategy there as it relates to some moving parts, but I do not think they're going to probably have to buy Mia out, whatever capacity that Mia did serve. I mean, she was employed by the company, and they're probably going to have to give some sort of payout. But I do think it is strategic. I just don't think it's for those reasons. But again, I could be wrong, child. I don't know these people. Don, thank you, Boo, for dropping my reality TV review channel. Can one of my mods do me a favor? Can y'all, it's 165, 85 of y'all in here. Can y'all drop the Teacher Project 2.0? Listen, y'all, we have our 1,000 subscribers, but we need our watch time hours, right? So we need about 2,000 more watch time hours. If you guys could please do us a favor, myself and El Teddy. Listen, just create a playlist, let it play while you're sleeping, play in the background while you're at work. All of those things. That's what I've been doing. We want to try to get our watch time hours, hopefully by the end of this month. 2,000 isn't a lot. We have 1,000 subscribers. If each subscriber listens to 2 episodes, our episodes average about an hour. They average about an hour. So if each subscriber could listen to 2 episodes, baby, we be in there like swimwear. Thank you, back. Thank you, everybody. If y'all could do it, I appreciate that. Thank y'all out. Thank y'all so much. Okay. And also, we have a treat coming for y'all really soon. When El Teddy and I do the next Teacher Project, we'll make that announcement. We have some stuff to share with you guys, and we have a treat for you guys to see that we'll be uploading as soon as we can get everything edited and stuff like that. All right, thank you. That was just the pause for the calls. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Xavier, for dropping it. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I love y'all so much. When I tell you I love y'all, look who done dropped down. Tracy said, listen, the bar is open. We got pomegranate lemon drops, brown sugar whiskey sours, and a leche martini. Okay. You already know what I want. Slide me that whiskey sour. I'm not big on the sour, but I'm gonna try the brown sugar. I think it'll be a little sweet and savory. Okay. Y'all put in y'all drink orders. I'll be right back. Give me a quick second. Y'all put in y'all drink orders and I'll be right back. Hold on. Let me play my little commercial. Let me play my commercial and I'll be right back. Give me a second. Where's my commercial? Okay, there it is right now. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. All right. Okay. Chef Don Don said the likes ain't liking. He said, hold up on them orders to them likes looking right. Chuck said, I know we don't have 200 people in the room and we only have, listen, can we get to 150 likes? I appreciate y'all. Remember, I explained to y'all last week how them likes work. The more likes we get, it pushes my video up in the algorithm and more people come in. The more likes, the more people see it. That's how the notifications go up. The more likes, the more notifications YouTube sends out. I got 18,000 subscribers. I know y'all don't think YouTube sends out 18,000 notifications every time I go live. No, ma'am. They send it out to a percentage. And the more people like the video, the more notifications go out. That's why some of y'all don't get a notification till I've been live for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, hour and a half sometimes. Because the more likes we get, the more notifications go out. Okay, let's get back to it. So there was that. Mia and child them people. Let me make sure that's all I had before we get to the heavy stuff, child. Before we get to the heavy stuff. Thank you. Somebody just shared out my video. Thank you, boo. If you in the bushes, thank you. All right. Yeah, I don't feel like no politics today because it's not a good day for me in politics. So I'm not up for politics today. Sorry, can't do it. I can't. I ain't got it in me today. All right. If y'all want y'all update on politics, make sure y'all catch El Teddy's replay. I ain't got it in me today. Okay. Buzbee has filed to dismiss his Jay-Z lawsuit. And he said that they had a deal, that there was an agreement that if they dropped the lawsuit that Jay-Z would not sue. Listen, if it ain't in writing, I don't believe it. Buzbee, you're an attorney, you know better. If it's not in writing, I just don't believe it. If it's not in writing, I don't believe that Jay-Z said he wasn't going to sue you if you dropped the lawsuit. Thank you, Katrina. She said she liked number 133. Can we get 50 more likes? Appreciate y'all. So I'm just going to call bullshit on that, Buzbee. I'm sorry. He better not have that email saved. Oh, he better. Yeah. Now, if he can show an email, some sort of agreement, then hey, I stand corrected. But until I see something in writing, I'm just gonna have to say I call bullshit. Sorry. I'm just have to say, yeah. So, all right. I'm sorry, y'all. I was looking for something real quick. But anyway, he's desperate to have that lawsuit thrown out. So there's that. Okay. Let's see. So that's pretty much I don't really have a whole lot. I don't really have a whole lot. Like Buzbee. Okay. I forgot to tell y'all this a couple of weeks ago. This information came out a few weeks ago. But you guys know that we told you a few months ago that they were writing a script or whatever to do a Different World sequel or spinoff or reboot, whatever the right word they're using these days. Well, it is official. Netflix has ordered a pilot, and I think they've actually ordered a season. So it looks like it's actually going to happen. There is going to be a Different World spinoff or reboot, whatever they're calling it. And it's going to focus on Whitley and Dwayne's daughter attending Hillman. And you don't know how you feel about it? Something you didn't. I'm excited to hear about it. Now, it's going to definitely No, Chuck, to my knowledge, I haven't heard any updates on any of them people. Well, Pam actually did do an Ernesto video today. I think she was actually live when I went live. Y'all don't want to see it? Why y'all don't want to see it? I want to see it. You get nervous about folks tucking my old show. What? Here's the thing. It's going to depend on a lot, right? I'm definitely going to give it a chance. It's going to depend on a lot. It'll depend on the writing. As long as they don't try to remake a different world, as long as they say, listen, this is the daughter, it's going to be set in 2024, 2025, and it's going to be updated, almost like Grownish, but at Hillman, right? It's going to be an updated, it's going to highlight HBCUs, all of those different things. You said Dwayne and Whitley's daughter, granddaughter, maybe. Well, okay. A Different World went off the air in 1990, like 95, 96. So, yeah, that would be what, about 30 years ago? So, it wouldn't be their oldest child, certainly. It didn't go off the air in 92 because it was still on when I was in college. And I'm going to tell you how I know it was still on when I was in college because, baby, we watched that wedding episode. Baby, when I tell you, I don't know, somebody recorded that wedding episode and we watched that thing 20 times. So I know it was while we were still in school. It definitely wouldn't be their oldest daughter, right? It wouldn't be the child that she was pregnant with when they left it, when the show went off the air. It definitely wouldn't be that child. It would have to be, if they did it, it would have to be like they had like a change of life baby. You know what I mean? Like a baby in their early 40s, late 30s, early 40s. Okay, June of 1993. So 93, 2003, 2013 through 2023. So if they had the baby 18 years ago, yeah, I guess granddaughter probably would be better. Or maybe it's not going to be set in 2025. Maybe it's not going to be set in 2025. I do think either would have to be a change in life baby or it would have to be their grandchild. So here's what I would love to see. Because remember, enrollment at HBCUs blew up when A Different World was on the air. Like there was this whole renaissance of people wanting to go to HBCUs because they saw what was coming on their TV every day or every week, and they saw what HBCUs could be. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see that. Like I would love to see that. And with everything going on with the attack on DEI, I was reading an article the other day about how it's expected to see an increase of enrollment at HBCUs with all of these different programs being attacked at PWIs, grants and scholarships and all those different things. So I would listen, I'm here for it, you guys. I'm definitely here for it. I would love to see like somebody like Ron be a professor, the guy that was the cut up that nobody really expected. I would love to see him as a professor or something. I would love to see Kim there, but maybe not as a professor. I would love to see maybe Kim working at a hospital nearby, being some sort of neurosurgeon or something like that. Maybe Freddie be in charge of like the dean of the law school or something. Like I would love to see I don't think we need to see every single person come back, but I would love to see, some of these people come through. You know what I'm saying? So bring back Terrence, right? So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm definitely gonna give it a chance. I'm definitely gonna watch it. And I'm here for it. But I definitely understand people's apprehension. I definitely understand, with reboots and all of that. I definitely get it. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I get it. Y'all know the reboot that I've enjoyed. I've definitely enjoyed after Roseanne Barr left, I've enjoyed the Connors. After, again, after Roseanne Barr left, child. But I've enjoyed, and this is their final season. They're only giving us like a 7-season, like a 7-episode wrap up. But I've enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. I mean, it definitely had that Good Times vibe where they just nothing ever went right for them. Like everything was fucked up. But it was definitely in that, it had that same sort of, I hate to say it like this, but white trash humor. You know what I'm saying? I was here for it. The Fresh Prince reboot was really good because of the way they did it. I absolutely loved the way they did that making it into like a drama. I loved it. I love it. It still has, I think, one more season. I love it. Y'all know what I was saying. We were having this conversation one day about what shows would be a good for them to would work well with them, giving it this sort of a like that sort of a treatment. Because remember when they first talked about Bel Air, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. But let me tell y'all what I said, and y'all tell me if y'all agree. I think we said this before, but let me tell y'all if y'all agree. I thought the Jeffersons could have been they could have taken that and turned it into a great drama. You know what I'm saying? Black guy, successful businessman moving into this elite, neighborhood, community, apartment building, whatever, dealing with, I mean, you take the comedy out of it, right? But you deal with the real issues. You have Lionel, you know what I'm saying? You have the son who's trying to figure it out, who's involved in the Black Lives Matter movement. You have him in love with, the girl next door, literally the girl next door who has the mixed family, but the father's her daddy's a little, a bigot, a little bigotry, a little bit, like I think that would be a great drama to turn that into a drama. Y'all know what I'm saying? Step by Step was good as a reboot, but John Stamos was you don't mean Step by Step, you mean Full House. I only watched a few episodes of that. It didn't really grab me. Did I like the Boomerang? Let me say this. Yes and no. I think something was missing from the Boomerang reboot for me. Something was missing. I think us not ever seeing the parents, I think took something away from, because one, you were relying on everybody. First of all, you were relying on people watching Boomerang. Like people in my age group watched Boomerang, but a lot of younger people never watched Boomerang. So us not getting any flashbacks, I just feel like we lost something. Something was missing. I supported it. I watched it, but something wasn't connecting for me. You know what I'm saying? Something wasn't connecting. Now I enjoyed 20s. I was kind of sad not to see 20s come back. I thought 20s was I actually thought 20s was better than Boomerang, honestly. I actually thought it was better than Boomerang. Well, no, yeah, Boomerang the movie. Lena Waithe created I don't even want to call it a reboot because she made it into a TV show, but it was with their kids. So it was Marcus's daughter, Robin Givens' character, her son. Son and daughter, and then their group of friends. I never got into Harlem. I started Harlem. I tried to review Harlem, and I just couldn't get into it. I did like Run the World, but they canceled that, child. But I liked Run the World better than I liked Harlem. Harlem just didn't do it for me. I couldn't, y'all. I tried. I really did. I tried. Who was Marcus's daughter's mother on Boomerang? I think it was Angela. 20s was good. Lena doesn't mention it. What you mean she doesn't mention it? I thought 20s was good too, but they canceled both. Both shows came on at the same time, and I believe they both got canceled at the same time. It came on BET. Both of those, Boomerang and 20s came on BET, right? Wasn't it BET? Because I think it used to come on after. It was around the time of Sisters' first 2 seasons. It was around the time of Sisters' first 2 seasons. It was BET, yeah, because I believe it came on again, because I think it used to come on either before Sisters or after Sisters. Both of them were 30. So Boomerang and 20s were 30-minute shows. And I believe they came on either before Sisters or after Sisters, because I used to review all of them. I used to review all 3 of them. I should have read the book Harlem on Lock. You wouldn't be able to put it down. Harlem on Lock. Okay. Who's the author? Hold on, let me put it on my wish list first, on my because y'all know I'll forget. Hold on, let me put it on my my Audible wish list. It's called Harlem on Lock. Hold on. On Lock. Okay, by Karen Williams. Make sure that's the right one. It got a black lady on the front, so I'm gonna assume it's the right one. Okay, I'm gonna add it to my wish list. Okay. Okay. Well, since we speaking on reboots and the churn, that is a good segue into my next topic. So the trailer dropped today for The Kids of Bravo. I don't know if that's the name of the show, but it's The Kids of Bravo. We have Gia Giudice, we have Brooks, Brooks, what's the boy last name? From the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We have Damon Dash's daughter Ava. We have I forget the other girl, and then we have Riley Burris, Candy's daughter. They're all in New York, and I'm gonna be honest with you, all it is Beverly Hills Kids. Do y'all remember the show Beverly Hills Kids that had it had Magic Johnson's 2 kids. It had one of the guys that worked for the agency. We didn't really know what the agency yeah, they've been talked about this show. I don't know what took so long for it to come out, but they filmed this show a while ago. They talked about this at the last BravoCon. Remember, they didn't drop the trailer, but they told us it was coming. Yeah, this was I forgot who all the people were on there, but there was that Asian girl, and I'm not being racist. I just don't remember her name, and I know she was Asian. Her daddy owned like malls. And remember when they went to Japan and they were staying at the hotel? It was like her daddy's hotel and her daddy's mall. And literally it was the middle of the night and they wanted to go to the mall, and she like made a phone call and they opened up the mall for her and like 2 of her friends that were staying at the hotel for them to go through the mall and like shop, and they were literally in their fucking pajamas. I said, see, that's the kind of rich see, that's rich. See, that is why I tune into these shows, because that's fucking rich. Yeah, Kim Zolciak's daughter. That's who the other one is. Thank you, Naisha. Tiffany was her name. Baby, remember in the 2nd season when Tiffany moved out of her parents' house and moved into her own apartment? Baby, do y'all remember all them orange boxes in her car? All them Hermes boxes? I said, that's all this bitch got is Hermes. See, that's the kind of rich I'm talking about. When they went out to dinner and the bill came to like a couple of $1,000, and they were like, oh, well, it's this game that we play. We all put our credit card in a bag, and whoever credit card comes out the bag, they pay for dinner. Bitch, what? Like, that's the kind of rich I'm talking about. That's the kind of rich I'm talking about. When EJ, it was EJ's birthday, and he was talking to, well, I don't know if his EJ's pronouns they. I'm not, no disrespect. I don't know what EJ's pronouns are. But EJ was talking to his sister, and it was his birthday, and he was like, yeah, Dad called, and he told me to just go down to the dealership and pick out what I want. And I remember he bought, this was when the G-Wagons first came out, and he went down to that Mercedes dealership and bought him a G-Wagon for his birthday. Like, that's the kind of rich I'm talking about. Baby, when I tell you that show was so good. Oh, that show was so good. Because I was like, when they flew when they all flew over to Japan and they just decided they wanted to go shopping, and she made a phone call and they opened up the mall. Didn't she end up being on the show Rich Asians or something? Tiffany, didn't she end up being on that show? Like the second season of that show, Rich Asians or something? Y'all know what show I'm talking about. It was Singapore. Was it Singapore? Thank you, Devontae. I mean, I'm sorry. I said Devontae. Devonna Lee. I'm sorry. Blink. Yeah, she was on Bling Empire, wasn't she? Yes. Okay. Yes. Baby. Yeah, that was a different cover of bridge. So I don't think we're going to get that on this show. I really feel like, first of all, I'm not watching it. So don't ask me to review it because I'm probably not going to watch it. I doubt I'm going to be interested in reviewing it, but I'm probably not even going to watch it. And let me tell you why I'm probably not going to watch it. One, I have no interest in any of this. I have no interest in seeing bratty kids of rich parents who think they really are rich, but they really not that rich. For example, Gia Giudice. Girl, because I feel like all Gia's going to do is come on and try to be like her mama. Because remember, Gia has been doing this since season 1 of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. And Gia was a bossy ass when she was fucking 6 and 7 years old on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Like, I've always felt like Gia was a grown ass that was allowed to just be grown and be rude and just be disrespectful for no reason. So now that she's getting a platform, I just don't want to see it. I feel we're going to get the same thing from Kim Bierman's daughter, Kim, whatever. I feel like we're going to get the same type of shit from her. Just that bratty ass, your mama ain't rich. You think you rich, whatever. So I'm just not interested. Ava, and I'm saying this in the most respectful way that I can. I feel like Riley Burrs is going to be the only black person on this show because I don't count Ava Dash, and I'm sorry. Y'all can feel how y'all feel about it. When I say I don't count her, I don't mean she's not black, y'all. She absolutely is African-American, black, whatever term you want to use. I mean, when they say all skin folk and kinfolk, I think she will identify more with them than with this. That is what I mean. So please don't nobody take my words and spin and be like, you can't tell nobody they not black. I don't mean she's not physically African-American. And what I'm not interested in seeing is Riley be the token black girl that has to, it's sort of like the Garcelle of it all, where she has to, deal with microaggressions and explain microaggressions. I'm not interested in that. I'm just not. I'm just not. Yeah, like her cousin Stacey, right? I'm just not. I'm just really being honest with y'all. So one is probably, you're right, it's not even my demographic. You know what I'm saying? It's not even my demographic, but I'm certainly not interested from that perspective. I'm just not. But the trailer looks about which I would expect the trailer to be. You know what I mean? Sin's daughter's on there. Sin Santana. Oh, okay. I didn't know her daughter was on it because when I looked at the trailer, I didn't see. Okay, I missed her on the trailer. Give it one episode. Ugh, Tracy. I'm not interested. I may catch an episode just to see, but I doubt. Okay, I doubt it. Y'all always try to get me to watch this shiggity. Child, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. That's the truth. That is what it is. Yeah, doesn't she? I thought she had an older daughter, right? Since Santana, did she have an older daughter? I don't know. But I didn't even remember seeing her in the trailer. But that don't mean she wasn't there, child. Kid Santana, Love and Hip Hop. Oh, Sin Santana is from Love and Hip Hop. Who y'all talking about? I don't know who they talking about. I don't think Noelle is on there. I didn't see her in the trailer. Oh, Cynthia Bailey's daughter, Noelle. I didn't see Noelle in the trailer. Okay. I didn't see her in the trailer. My bad. I thought y'all talking about Sin Santana, child. I didn't see her in the trailer. But okay. All right. Okay. She's on there too. Tracy, why you keep trying to tell me one episode? You watch the episode and you tell me about it. Shit. Oh, y'all were asking me, is she on there? That doesn't mean I have to look up the cast, child. Right, we are all seasoned and confused. Confirmation, we don't need to be watching. I'm with you on that one. Absolutely. 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 All right, y'all. Now, let's get into this Dr. Heavenly of it all. Last week, hold on, y'all. I'm trying something new. Hold on. Don say he gonna take one for the team. Okay. All right. Last week, y'all, Dr. Heavenly did an interview with Spiller Boy TV. Y'all can catch the original interview on Spiller Boy TV's channel, where a story had broken earlier that day. And in that story, it was discussed that her son had been arrested in 2023 for, I think the charge was assault on a police officer. It happened at Georgia State University's campus. It shows that the case is still being, according to the paperwork I saw, the case is still being adjudicated. It has not been resolved. Okay, according to the paperwork I saw, it has not been resolved. Okay. Now, if y'all saw something different, correct me in the chat. Okay. Thank you for putting his link in the chat. That's where y'all can catch the original. Now, what Dr. Heavenly said is she called both of her sons. Both of them said, we don't know what you're talking about. Mama, we good. We ain't been arrested. Now, I'm going to let y'all, now, since that interview came out, the YouTubers or the bloggers, I don't want to be disrespectful, that found the information doubled down and showed the paperwork. And we talked about that last week. And I said, well, listen, it's the same name. It's Georgia. We know her oldest son went to Georgia State. Damon Jr. Kimes, it was all there, right? It was all there. So she was down to Carlos King's last night. And so Carlos asked her, or gave her the platform to address it. Called them journalists. Yes, I will call them journalists. Gave her the platform to address it. And so I'm going to let y'all hear what she said. And then we're going to talk about it. Can y'all see my screen? Let me make sure y'all can see the screen. Okay. I'm going to let y'all see what she said. And then we're going to talk about it. Okay.
There. Are you okay for us to do that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. There's a rumor floating around that your son allegedly got arrested, and you had no idea about it, and it turned out to be true. Is that the case? What can you tell us about that?
Well, I told you that this afternoon. When it first came out, the people told me that my son was arrested. That scared the shit out of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
It scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh my God, let me call him. I called all my boys. Now, when you said one got arrested, I knew which one you had been talking about. So I called that one first. And I said, no, Mama, I ain't, no, I'm doing fine. I'm good. Okay, good. And then so I called my baby boy, and I knew he was. So I said, no, I'm good. And I think it was a lie. It's a lie out there, right? So, it's long story short, it kept coming. And then I looked at the thing, and I said, damn, they got the right birth certificate and everything. I said, Daddy, do you see what they saying about my baby boy? Do you see what they saying? And Damon looked at it, and he said, well, baby, I said, is this some truth to it? Now, when I first saw it, the people said 2025. So I was like, oh, it was years ago. Damon never told me. He handled that shit. And that's why I love him, because he knew I would have been upset. He went down there. He talked to the people. Damon, my son never got charged with anything. It was a big misunderstanding. And Damon took care of it, went down there, talked to them people like he got some damn sense, took care of all of it. It went away, and he never told his wife because he knew his wife would have been upset about it. I love my man. I love my man. He prevented me from.
All right. So I have a couple of things to say. I'm reading y'all comments. I see what y'all are saying. So let me say a few things. The first thing I'm going to say is this. Do parents keep things away from the spouse? Absolutely. I know there were things that I got into that my mama didn't tell my daddy about. My daddy ain't tell my mama about. That's a fact. That's a fact. Is it possible that this could have happened in 2023 and the son called Damon and Damon handled it? Sure. Sure. It is not outside of the realm of possibility. But here's where I'm going to call bullshit. If I am on a reality TV show, because here's what I don't believe, Dr. Heavenly. The part that I don't believe is this. When that story dropped, because I saw the original story myself, and then I saw Millie Chan's breakdown of the original story. And I what's her name? Lakeisha. Y'all told me before, and I apologize. I mean, no disrespect that I can't remember your name, baby. She was very clear in her video about what she said. She said the incident happened in 2023. She showed the paperwork. She said that it's still being adjudicated and something was supposed to happen, I think this week, last week, something along those lines as it relates to that case. The case, according to what she said, is still ongoing. So here's where I call bullshit. If I were in a position where I know that I'm going to be questioned or I'm going to address it, you calling your son saying, hey, are you okay? She had to have watched that video. Somebody sent her that video. Somehow she got that information. She knew what the hell they was talking about. And what I mean by that is she knew they weren't talking about 2025. She knew it was 2023 because it was very clear in the video. Your sons knew. When she called you and asked you, you knew because somebody would have slid in your DM. One of your friends would have texted you and said, you are all over the blogs. Somebody would have told you the story. Somebody would have told. So when mama called and said, hey, what the hell is going on? You know your mama on TV. You know that there's a bigger scrutiny. This ain't no regular, oh, we're going to keep it from daddy. Oh, we're going to keep it from mommy. Once that thing hit the blogs, see what you thought was, though. What you thought was when James asked you the question, you thought you could get that old bullshit answer, and you thought it was just going to kind of die down and go away. What you didn't expect was that the people was going to double down and come back and say, no, hell no, you're not going to call me no liar, and let me give you more information and make it so that you really had no choice but to admit that it's true. They say he got indicted on March the 27th of 2025. Okay, so the incident happened in 2023. So here's the other thing. Now, this is where y'all might not like me because y'all might be like, really, B, you getting in married people business, and you might be right. If this was a one and done, like she tried to pretend like it was, like her son got in trouble, the husband drove down there, got him out of trouble, and the situation had been resolved, I would be like, okay. But baby, this thing is still going on 2 years later. Y'all got a real lawyer. This child has court dates. You mean to tell me ain't nobody said nothing to you? in 2 years? Y'all not, I understand they may not commingle their money. I get that. You might have your money, he has his money, but you ain't figured out. She said they share the same phone service, and she can get in his phone and he can get in her phone. You ain't see no messages coming from an attorney. You ain't see no text messages. Nothing. If this were a regular married couple dealing with regular married couple shit, y'all, I might give y'all that. I'm serious. I might give y'all that. But because this is, you're on a whole television show, and I know, and here's the next thing I'm going to say. I know a whole lot of people, so I call bullshit. I'm sorry. I don't believe Dr. Heavenly. I don't believe. Now, do I think that maybe she didn't know originally? Sure. I'll give her that. I'll give her that. Maybe they kept this from her. I'll give her that. But I do not believe that when it hit the blogs, I don't believe that I just don't believe that. But that's me. I can't tell nobody. I'm telling you what I think. Here's the other part. I know some people were like, really be if it was deferred, they wouldn't have gotten an attorney until now. Just now. No, they've been had an attorney. They got an attorney as soon as this thing happened. I believe that. I believe as soon as they realized that this was a real thing, like this was real charges, this was a real thing, I believe they got a real attorney. That's what I believe. And they were supposed to, let's be clear. That's what they supposed to do. Let's be clear. Okay, I ain't mad at them for doing that. I'm not mad at them for how they're handling it. I'm not even mad at them that they didn't use it as a storyline. They didn't bring it on the show. But that's the criticism, though, Dr. Heavenly. See, that's the reason why people got issues with you. That is why there's criticism. Because if this had been Toya's son, even though he's not old enough to be in college, but if this had been one of Toya's kids, if this had been Simone's boys, you'd have been quick to talk about it. You would have had so much to say. You would have had, baby, you'd have been all in your Patreon and everywhere else talking about this. That's the criticism, right? And that's why people get irritated with you, because you so quick to put everybody else's business and stir the pot with everybody else's business. But baby, when it's yours, you don't have nothing to say. And I understand, but my thing is this. Then you need to get off the show. Because, again, I respect you wanting to protect your family, then maybe you shouldn't be on reality TV. And so this is the last piece I'm going to say, and then we're going to move into Kenya, child. The last thing I'm going to say is this. For all the people that are saying, well, those are her kids, why they bringing her kids into it, they're not on the show, da-da-da-da-da, yada-yada-yada, yada-yada-yada. I say this too. And y'all ain't got to like what I'm about to say. I love y'all anyway, but y'all ain't got to like what I'm about to say. I say this too. Then get off reality TV, because that is what it's supposed to be. Reality TV is supposed to be you sharing your reality. And because of how messy you are, what's up, another round? Hey, boo. Because of how messy Heavenly is with everybody else's business, I swear I don't have no sympathy. And I know that might sound cold. But the reason why I say that is because if that had been anybody else's child on that show, Dr. Heavenly would have had a whole lot of commentary. A whole lot. And she'd have brought it up every chance she had. Let that have been Simone's son. Baby, she'd have brought that thing up 11 times. She'd have done 20 lives on it. And went to her Patreon. I don't care, though. I don't want to sound harsh when I say that. I understand her son does not film. But what I'm saying is this. Then get off reality TV, because you know what it is. You know what it is. Her son does not, he has filmed, but you're right. He is not a regular on the show. I get that. I understand that. And like I said, if this were somebody that didn't take pride and take glee, you see what I'm saying? And didn't take glee in putting everybody else's business out there, whether it's on camera or not, and stirring up the pot, I probably would be like, dang, their son doesn't film. They shouldn't have brought that up. But that's not what you do. Dr. Heavenly don't normally talk about people's kids if they'll talk about. That's not true, Young Rich Skinny. That's not true. That's not true. If this were something that happened, she would have something to say. In my opinion. Right. She'd be like, I'm going to say it and I'm going to take it back. Now, I'm going to give her kudos. Now, I will say this, baby. Dr. Heavenly, I'm going to give you kudos for being able to keep this shit out of the blogs for 3 years. You did a good job with that. Who cares? She talk about Really Be. What I'm saying is this, child, because I ain't about to sit here and go through 11 years of Married to Medicine and try to figure out 11 years of marriage. She's talking about Simone's kids. Now, she had that I can say for certain. Jackie don't have no kids. Toya's sons, I don't know if she's ever talked about Toya's sons. I can't speak on Mariah because I wasn't watching Married to Medicine when her and Mariah were going back and forth. But she's definitely has a commentary on Simone's kids. She's definitely had commentary on Simone's kids. She talked about that oldest son wasting their money. She said, now I'm paraphrasing, and the people in the chat who watch Dr. Heavenly, if I'm a liar, y'all can call me out in a liar. But she made a comment about Simone's oldest son, talking about they wasted that money. They knew he wasn't going to do nothing at Howard. They wasted all that money taking him to school. They should have sent him to a state school like I did because they knew he wasn't going to do nothing at Howard. I remember her saying that. I remember her saying. So she did, but again, I mean, somebody might say, well, that's not a big deal. That's not bad. But again, now we're going to quantify what she does and what she doesn't say. She has spoken on people's kids on the show. And I agree. And again, it also has to do with how she handles things. If she were the kind of person that didn't do the things that she did, a lot of people probably would be like, that's messed up. She called her youngest son funny looking when he was like 8 or 9 years old. Oop, well, there you go. She talked about their son taking a break year. Yeah. So she has spoken on other people's kids. She absolutely has. She called Simone's kids up. So yeah, so she has. Here come Young Rich Skinny. Young Rich Skinny, I ain't seen you in 5,000 Sundays, and now you gonna come down here and cut up. And you ain't, where you been, girl? Where have you been? Good to see you, my love. Good to see you. Okay. So that's my 2 cents on the Dr. Heavenly of it all. Again, I have to call bullshit, Dr. Heavenly. I think you knew, and you may not have known all along. I'll give you that. Because I do believe that Dr. Damon probably did handle it and didn't involve you. However, once it hit the blogs, I just don't know if I believe you. I don't. Now, some people might say they believe it, and that's fine. I just don't know if I believe you. I just don't know I believe you. But other people may feel, they may. Okay? All right. Did Alora drop out of school to be an influencer? They said that she came back home because she was taking most of her classes online, and that what's the purpose of renting an apartment in Florida just to be online? She could come home and do them online. Now, that's what she said, child. That's what she said. I ain't got nothing to do with I don't know what really happened, but that's what they said happened, child. Oh, yeah, they have an attorney. Absolutely. And they have a good attorney. Trust and believe that. All right, let's get into this last story, honey. All right, I'm trying something new, so let me get these timestamps. Y'all, let's get into this Kenya situation. So Kenya has responded to Andy's podcast from yesterday where they were speaking on the incident that happened. And I'm gonna read y'all Kenya's response. But before I get to Kenya's response, can I tell y'all something? I don't think y'all need to hold y'all breath about Kenya coming back to the show. I think goodbye was goodbye. The way Kenya is carrying this situation, I think goodbye was goodbye. Now let me read y'all what Kenya said. Let me read y'all what Miss Kenya said, okay? Kenya said the following. And we talked about it yesterday, the soundbite where Andy and his co-host spoke on the incident where they sort of downplayed Britt having the weapon, and they were talking about, Kenya and she ruined her event, and it was a great event, and it was a great this, and that, and the other. And they did misspeak, so I'm going to read y'all what Kenya said. Kenya said, the two co-hosts are extremely ignorant. Sexual assault is RAPE. Remember, that's what Phaedra accused Kandi of attempting to do to Portia. Revenge, PORN. If someone showed Kim K's sex tape to you, is that revenge porn? I found that plus tons of other online. She signed a release for it, so it's a fair receipt. So here Kenya is doubling down that these pictures were pictures that were in a public forum, and these are pictures that Britt signed off on. She's doubling down that these pictures came from a public place, and that Britt, signed off on them. Now that's what she said. Warning: if you are not an attorney and familiar with Georgia law, then shut the F up. Sick of the bias and selective outrage. These comments should not have aired. It's a podcast. Where is legal? You don't want an activated Kenya. I shouldn't have shown at my event, but for the love of God, why would they ignore a clear GUN threat? So she's also admitting that, look, maybe I shouldn't have shown those pictures at my event. Y'all right about that. But the threat was ignored. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all and tell y'all I agree. The threat was ignored. And again, I'm not going to rehash all of what happened. We done talked about it ad nauseum. Okay? But Kenya, the way Kenya is retweeting stuff and commenting on comments and things, the way she's acting right now, baby, this is not somebody that is trying to make nice with Bravo so they can come back next season. So for all of those Team Twirl, she is acting like somebody who's done. This is acting like somebody who's done. Okay. But let me talk about something different. Because child, we done talked about this Kenya thing. It is what it is. But let me say this. Bravo. Bravo, I think you miscalculated on something. Y'all miscalculated when y'all decided to bring Phaedra back. And let me tell you why. Do y'all know what has been trending ever since Sunday night, Monday-ish? Phaedra has been trending. Why has Phaedra been trending? Because now everybody is rehashing and bringing back up the Phaedra, Portia, sex dungeon, Kandi Burruss of it all. And the fact that people are now comparing those two incidences, and the irony will not be lost on Team Twirl, that is who y'all chose to bring back after, I'll put in air quotes, firing Kenya. But Phaedra was gone. But let's be clear. They would have brought Phaedra back if Kandi hadn't put her foot down. They'd have been brought Phaedra back. Now, that's in my opinion. Now, what do y'all think Team Twirl is going to say when Phaedra starts, the episodes with Phaedra start showing? What do y'all think Team Twirl is going to say? So you fired Kenya, but you brought Phaedra back after what Phaedra did to Kandi? And we know Phaedra lied. That was proven right there on the reunion that Phaedra lied. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Baby, Bravo and whoever the production team is, a truly original production team, baby, y'all miscalculated on this one. She was gone off of the Real Housewives of Atlanta is what I'm saying, y'all. I'm not saying, we know she worked on the I know she worked on Bravo. She didn't get fired from Bravo. She got fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's why I say they would have brought Phaedra back. Had Candy not put her foot down, they absolutely would have brought Phaedra back already, because they were trying to get Phaedra everywhere they could. They were trying to slide Phaedra in everywhere they could get Phaedra in. Like you said, the Real Housewives of Dubai, Ultimate Girls Trip, Traders, every chance they could give Phaedra a check, they put Trader on. I mean, they put Phaedra on. So I agree that they wanted to bring her back. Yeah, and of course, Married to Medicine. Absolutely, yes, Married to Medicine. So Bravo wasn't done with her then, but they should have been done with her. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Phaedra never apologized. Kenya has. Child, Kenya. Young Rich, I ain't doing this with you today. E.T. said Britt was reprimanded but didn't say how. Phaedra was on pause at one point. The difference is the networks love Candy. They probably don't like Kenya. But they never showed pictures of Phaedra saying that, nor did we see Candy doing. What do you mean they never showed pictures of Phaedra saying that? There was a whole scene where Phaedra said it to Portia. What you mean? There was a whole storyline. That was the whole storyline that season. I don't know what you mean, Katrina. Phaedra still, to this day, haven't taken accountability for what she has done. Kenya went on Tamara Hall and took accountability. I ain't doing this with Young Rich today. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I thought about that today when I saw what was trending, and I saw all over social media people keep comparing those two incidents, the two situations, and the fact that Phaedra is the person that they bought to sort of replace Kenya, baby, that ain't a good look. I think Bravo miscalculated, truly original, whoever made that decision. I think this was a miscalculation to bring Phaedra on. And I think it's something that they're going to be held accountable for by the end of this season. Kenya did not take accountability, child. I'm not dealing with Young, Rich, and Skinny. I love her dearly, but child, when she likes somebody, she like them. When she don't, child. I ain't fooling with her today. She was falling in Florida. I don't know what that means. She was falling in Florida. She was failing in Florida, falling in Florida. I don't know what that means, Mo. Bravo supports who they like, just like folk in this live chat. B said, just like y'all. I would have to go back and watch the interview on Tamara Hall. I honestly cannot say what she did or didn't say on Tamara Hall. But what I can say is she ain't taking no accountability this week. She doubling down this week. So Jay says she did take accountability. Okay, like I said, I would have to go back and look at it. But the way she acted this week, she ain't taking no accountability. The way she retweeting and commenting, and she ain't taking no responsibility, child. Anyway. Tamara had to pull that little bit out of her. She told Portia on the phone, and Portia repeated, that's not true. Katrina, Phaedra and Portia were having a whole conversation. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me read the whole comment. Hold on. Let me read the whole comment. She told Portia on the phone, and Portia repeated it, but don't forget that a producer told Phaedra that, but Candy's circle was accused of doing that, and that's how the story started. Katrina, I don't even understand what you're saying, baby. I'm not being funny. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Kenya says she went too far after Tamron pushed her. She did, but she took the accountability. To me, whatever she said on Tamron Hall a couple of months ago, she didn't took it all back in the last 48 hours as far as I'm concerned. But y'all can feel differently. That's fine too. Y'all can feel differently, and that's okay. But I feel like whatever accountability she took, she done took it all back in the last 48 hours. T.I., what does T.I. and Tiny don't have nothing to do with Candy. It has nothing to do. The two don't have anything to do with the other. And T.I. and Tiny were cleared of that as well. So again, even if they were clear, so they were clear too. Again, people can believe whether they should have been cleared or not, but they were cleared. Phaedra can't take accountability because she would incriminate herself. Well, what about that lunch with Phaedra and Portia on the sidewalk? That's what I was going to say, Majani, but I thought I remembered them having a face-to-face conversation. I thought I remembered them having a face-to-face conversation as well. I'm cracking up at you really be what you say, Kenya don't feel remorse. Child, Kenya don't feel no damn remorse. What I'm saying is that that's how the story started. That's not how the story started, Katrina. The story started, first of all, the story, because even with T.I. and Tiny, Candy was never a part of that. So even if everything that was said about T.I. and Tiny is true, Candy was never put in there. Nobody ever put Candy in the room. Nobody ever said Candy had anything to do with it. That was just, they were friends. Just because you're friends with two freaks don't make you a freak. I don't see the connection. And I don't think it's fair to try to make a connection. Because one never had anything to do with the other. Phaedra, that story was years before that information about T.I. and Tiny. The IRS has agreed to what? Share tax info. We're not doing politics today, baby. I can't do it today. I love you, and I know you're just bringing me information, but I can't do it today. I can't do the politics today. Phaedra was gone for 6 years and never spoke on it again. Now it's Kenya's turn. Please don't forget all the mean things Kenya has done to her castmates over the years. Child. And there's a clip resurfaced of Nene basically saying that Kenya was going to be the downfall of the show. Really be breath. You probably tired, my DMV cousin. You doing this live. I appreciate you. Probably still have papers to graces. Honestly, right now I'm good on papers. The end of the quarter was last week. The beginning of the quarter is this week, which is the week before spring break. Baby, I ain't grading shit this week. They lucky I'm gonna be there every day this week, honey. But I appreciate you, my love. We getting ready. I'll read a few more comments and we ready to get off here so I can go watch these Beverly Hills, child. Remember, Phaedra lied to Portia and said that she heard it directly from Candy. And then she said that she heard it from someone. So who knows? Right. She lied. Phaedra lied, period. Full stop. Phaedra lied. Phaedra didn't speak on it because she was caught. She was prepared to let Portia take the fault. She sure was. Sure was. And I mean, I'm going to even go back to the Portia Kenya of it all at that reunion. Again, I was one of the people that was like, Kenya provoked that. Listen, I'm not saying that. I'm going to say the same thing I said about Kenya. I ain't saying Kenya was right for jumping on Portia's neck. I mean, that Portia was right for jumping on Kenya's neck. But I am going to say, I understand why Portia snapped and did it. Girl, that woman who kept sitting next to her with that damn blowhorn and she kept asking her to stop. And remember, we get an edited version. Child, we don't know how long Kenya was fucking around with that damn blowhorn in Portia's ear talking shit. We don't know how long that was going on, okay? And like I said, I ain't saying Portia was right. But I understand why Portia jumped on her ass. I'm just telling y'all the truth. I understand why Portia jumped on her ass. I ain't saying it's right, but I'm saying I understand. Word on the curb is they didn't want Kenya back, but Candy quit. I can believe that. I could definitely believe that. Remember, that's how Robin kept her job for an extra 2 years because Monique quit. And again, I know people don't be believing me when I tell y'all that, but it is what it is. Y'all ain't gotta believe me. I know what I knows. I knows what I knows. All right, y'all. Let me get ready to get off of here. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Again, tomorrow El Teddy and I should be doing a teacher project 2.0. Thank you for all those that's gonna watch a teacher project 2.0. It's 236 of y'all in here. If y'all could go over to my other channel, the teacher project 2.0, and watch an episode. We're trying to get our watch time hours. If y'all could go watch the episodes are hour, you could let it play in the background, honey, while you washing your dishes or cooking your dinner or I don't know, mopping your floor, honey. I don't know. Washing your car. Do it, whatever. If y'all could do that for us, please. We're trying to get these watch time hours up. Trying to get our watch time hours by the end of the month. We need like 2,000 something and some change. I didn't check the number before I went live, but I'll have an update. Next time I go live, I'll have an update on the watch time hours. But if y'all could do that for me, please, I'd appreciate y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.